Welcome to the B-Sides and Beers podcast.
Welcome to B-Sides and Beers, episode 47. Tonight we are backtracking into the land of guilty pleasures, part 2.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Yes. Good. It's good.
So we've been pushing this one for a while, or I guess Flip has been pushing this one for a while, and I struggled with it, but I think I got a good lineup here. So.
Why did you struggle? You feel like you revealed it all in the first version?
Pretty much, yeah. So I went back and listened to the original, and I had a list before going into that. And after listening to it, it's like, crap, I can't use that one. We did that one. We already did that one. Like the last episode, we were talking about Limp Bizkit. Talked about it already on the previous, so we can't do it.
Right.
We probably just need to do a Limp Bizkit episode.
Dang.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Just break out some of that guilty pleasure into branch that out into a guilty pleasure show. series of them. Hey everybody, rate. I want you to review. We want you to share it. We want you to follow. Because again, this is how we keep this going. And if you are somebody from a brewery listening to this, contact us and let us know that you want to get in touch with us. We'd love to have you on our show. What are we drinking, boys?
Boy. Who wants to go first?
You go for it. Go for it. Oh, sorry, Dane.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Go,
direct
Dane.
traffic, but go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently drinking a Eau Courant by Il Sauvage, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a dark sour with black currants, and I don't normally enjoy sours, but it's just like it looks like cough medicine.
Drinking some scissor.
Some scissor, but it's really good for a sour. I like it's not too sour. Like it's got a little bit of kind of a bitter aftertaste, which I don't mind.
Right.
And yeah, really liking it.
Wicked.
Yeah, I sort of went off the beaten path, which I'm really excited about tonight. So I've got also, it's funny because when I was a kid, we used to have this tradition, and it was the Christmas coconut, and we would. On Boxing Day, get a coconut and crack it open and eat coconut. And for whatever reason, I got one yesterday. I thought it would be fun. And I just picked out like 2 coconut beers. So the first one is a Chew Toy by Yellow Dog. It's a coconut porter.
No,
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely not a winter beer, and it is like wintry, blistery, gross outside right now. But I picked it up, and then the other one, like this wasn't intentional. I just like this one was really about the label. I thought it was very
like that.
classy.
Toasted coconut black lager.
Toasted Coconut Black Lager by Fieldhouse, and I don't think I've ever had a Fieldhouse before.
Never
Have you
heard of it.
guys?
No.
Where's that out of?
Yeah. They are out of St. Abbotsford. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, never heard of them. And Dane, what is the coconut tradition? Is that like a cultural tradition that like got passed down, or is that something that your parents started?
Like super
My
Christmas with the candies? Or?
My dad just started. He just thought it was funny. He thought it was like a Bing Crosby. I don't know. I asked him yesterday, and he was like, must have been from some like Bing Crosby special, Christmas special. So I don't know. It was fun. But it was usually like Christmas coconut and Three Stooges.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good combo.
Yeah, it was actually. So, and the last one is an SOB Lone Star
Zombie.
Schwarzbier by Sook Brewery.
Out of Sook, BC.
I'm assuming so, yeah. Let's see here.
Hopefully it doesn't sook.
Yeah, Butler Road.
Cue the rim shot.
Sook, BC, Canada. Nice one. Yeah, so that's my my lineup for tonight.
I never heard of any of those. I've heard of some of those, but I have never seen them in my area.
Yeah, you guys gotta get on that, man. Maybe in the summer.
Yeah, well, even you just
Start
pulling
special
those
ordering.
apart on a 6-pack ring or whatever, those connector things to be able to do an assorted that would be awesome.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Cascadia Liquor Store, and I've probably been going in too much over the holidays because the guy's like, "Hey, man,
You're here again.
I know you like craft beer. You should come in on Wednesdays because that's when we get our shipments."
Nice.
And it's not picked over, so and I was like, "Okay, I probably won't come in on a Wednesday." Thanks.
Good to know. Good to know.
We have to
Yeah.
throw some promo stickers up on the window there so we can get some of the liquor store traffic.
Yeah, Cascadia Liquor
As
Store.
featured on B-Sides Beers podcast.
That's right. Go get your licks.
Michael, what do you have there today?
Okay, well, tonight I am starting off with Lost Souls. It is a pumpkin porter from Parallel 49, 6.5% strong beer, and it's awesome. It's got a really cool Grim Reaper on the,
Oh, cool can.
Dang.
once again, Steve Kitchen, killing it.
Is it on a motorbike? There's a bit of a glare there.
No, not a motorbike. He's got like a lamp, a lantern.
Oh.
Do you, does he do the
Scythe.
fonts too? Did we ask him that? Like
He does all of it,
does the
man.
whole thing. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, so I got that one, and I have from, what is this, Russell? Yeah, Russell Brewing. It is a black cherry stout.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've never had a black cherry stout, so I'm quite excited about this one. And they are out of Surrey.
So that is not of the sour variety.
I don't
That's
know.
like
I haven't opened it. It doesn't say sour. It just says black cherry stout. So I would assume it's not a sour.
Huh, okay.
Nice. I went back to the Shuswap Brewing Company, Shuswap Lake Brewing, and they only sell it at the brew pub at Barley Station Brew Pub. They don't sell it in the liquor stores. I'm not quite sure why, but you can only get it in there. So you just gotta, yeah. They have like a assorted pack, and this is again one of the few ones that they do have for assorted. So in this pack is the Bushwhacker Brown Ale.
Nice.
And I won't go through all those because there's 6 here. So this is the Canoe Creek Pilsner. This is the Talking Dog Vit Beer. This is the Station House Blonde Ale. Also fantastic. This is the Sam Maguire's Pale Ale. And
Who's Sam McGuire?
Yeah.
I feel like I
I
should
looked
know
it
who
up.
that
It's
is.
a local guy, and it gets funny because there's a McGuire Lake here in town. So I thought it must be connected to that dude. But it's basically a guy that, kind of ran the town back in the day, was like one of the head dudes in the area, right? And then ended up getting passed on, and is a lake named after him. So, and a beer apparently too. So, but there he is. And the last one is the Shuswap Trail Ale IPA, and that is the 6-pack that they have. And then they have like a bunch of seasonal ones that you can get in the restaurant or get your growler filled up or whatever too. So.
How's that brew pub? Is it like a
Yeah, I
chill
like
spot?
it.
It's nice.
It's good. Like it's got a cool vibe to it, and there's not too many of those places here in town. But it's good. Yeah, food's good, the beer's good. Need more places like that, actually. So, yep.
Amen.
Guilty pleasures too.
Guilty pleasures too.
Last podcast, I think I said dirty secret.
That's in the hashtag.
Had a
That's
couple too many
yeah.
beers.
Hashtag
The
dirty
parentheses.
Dirty secrets.
But I won't do that.
Okay, so why are we doing this one again?
Oh, Mike was adamant.
I
You were
know.
just like,
He's brought it up like
you all
4
got
times.
him. You guys know you
It just
got
happened
him.
to come up, and I just, I thought it would be another good one to dive into because I don't think that we probably went all the way. And I think that we can probably finish it up and put the nail in the coffin tonight and say that we've officially done our guilty pleasures, dirty secrets, dirty laundry, whatever you want to call it. We've aired it all, and we never have to go back to it because, like I said, it'll be all on the table by the
Okay.
end of tonight. So that'll be it.
Never again.
But we all came up with some, didn't we?
It was a scramble, but I think yeah.
So there you go. Well, who would like to go first then?
Once again, I think it should be you since it's your
sure.
idea.
Yeah, whoever smelt it dealt it, man.
All right. You know, and I kind of was thinking of this is, you guys going back in that last episode. You guys were talking about like bands or like a whole band that was like a guilty pleasure, and sometimes like I kind of put this into a few different categories of like the band, the song, or maybe the album, but maybe not the album because if you like that, then you like, you know what I mean? It's all kind of connected. So,
Yeah.
and this is kind of the one that I'm talking about right off the bat because I don't love the band because I don't know really much else other than the band, but it's Bangles, man. Manic Monday. I don't know what it is about that song, but I love that song.
Just another Manic Monday.
Yeah, it's a good one. It comes on, I will crank it, and it feels like I won't seek it out. It's not on my playlist, but when it's on, I'm like, yes, and I crank it in the truck. And funny enough, man, I looked this up because I'm like, I got to find out. This is like from 1986, Bangles' second album. Walk Like an Egyptian's on this album too, which is probably the only other song that we know by the Bangles. So
Great
those
tune.
2 songs alone, that's a huge album in 1986. So I look it up. Guess who wrote this song? Prince. Prince wrote this song. I had no idea. He wrote it for, and then this goes deeper. He wrote it for an all-female group that he created in the 80s. But a name I cannot remember, and I didn't know any of this. So it kind of went, and they never ended up doing it. Bangles ended up doing it, and there it is. But when I think about it, and now that I listen to it again, and I listen to it as a Prince song, I'm like, this is a Prince song. This sounds like,
makes
this is
sense.
like Raspberry
awesome.
Beret kind of Manic Monday. It's all called the same kind of jingle jangle, right? So
Yeah.
but anyways, I love that song, man. I don't know what it is, but it's a great track. So that's. But I don't, like I said, other than Walk Like an Egyptian, which I don't really care about, I don't know any other Bangles. So that's just a song that's a guilty pleasure song for me when it's on. Fantastic. But I did listen to it again even today because I wanted to, just for research.
Just for research.
Are they German?
No, they're American.
Are they American?
Yeah. Well,
They are.
some
Okay.
members
I
might
don't
be
know why I
from
thought
other
they were
countries. I don't know. But I know that like the lead singer is American. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that she was married to
do,
like some
uh,
kind of big record executive guy too. So I'm like, all right, well, there you go. That's how you got. That's
There
how
you
you got
have
the
it.
Prince song. That's how you got the record deal. And there we go.
Yeah. Set up.
Didn't the Bangles do Hey Mickey? Or is that a different song?
That's somebody different.
Hey Mickey,
No,
you're so
that's-
fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey
And
Mickey.
I wanna say
Sounds similar.
It's like a guy's name.
Okay.
Tony
There you go.
Basil,
That was it. That's it.
right?
That's it. Nope.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. It's on the board.
Yep.
My first one's on the board. Manic Monday
Cool.
Bangles. Thank
That's
you.
not so bad. Just how often do you
No,
listen to
and
that
like I
song?
said, it's
Is
not
it
on my
like-
playlist, but like it'll be on because they'll play it. They play it on like the local radio station here. I feel like I jump in the truck and it's like
Ah.
very limited because they've already played like the same 4 songs. I'm like, I just heard this song yesterday, so I know they have Manic Monday
Oh,
on
man.
it. So sometimes I'll just like throw it on and be like, oh, maybe they'll play it. Right?
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah. So, yeah, and I got this thing
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And like whenever I catch it, I'll just snap a shot of it and send a picture to Nicole, and then she'll just start laughing because she knows it's cranked in the truck right now, man.
That's awesome.
Oh, I got
for it.
one more question. When it's cranked in the truck, are the windows up? Or like say it's out sweltering, it's hot.
I'm not cruising down Main Street.
Are the windows
This
up?
is why it's a guilty pleasure. That's a great definition, Dane. Would you drive down the main street in your town with your windows down, blaring Manic Monday, and feel good about it? Because if you did, great. There you go. Like, right?
Yeah,
No.
not so guilty. But when the windows are
Like,
up,
the answer is no. I would not
guilty.
roll down Main Street.
So 20 years ago, possibly, but now, old and uncool, and it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So nobody gives
Yeah.
a shit.
In my GMC Sierra
longer
1500 cruising down Main Street.
Yeah.
Rocking bangles, man.
Just another manic, not my fun
Cruising
day.
down the street in my 6'4",
Yeah.
cranking the bang.
Lovely.
Who is this guy? Who is
Okay,
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna throw in number
Do it.
2. I'm gonna drop number 2. So this one is from 1992. The album is Totally Crossed Out.
Oh,
Yes, son.
crisscross?
Crisscross, yeah. And it's the whole album. It's not just a song. I'm taking this
Yeah.
entire album, and yeah, it's since I was 12.
Have you listened to it recently?
11,
Do you
12.
listen to it?
I have. It's still fun,
Really?
man.
Yeah.
And I still know most of it word for word from way back then.
Oh, wow.
It's kick ass. So, and it is really awful, but I don't know. I just get happy with it. So
Do you get crossed out?
totally crossed
Did you
out.
wear your
Can you
Did you wear your
comprehend?
clothes backwards?
Wait a minute. Drop an old school beat. Go, 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 go. Boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, fucking great, man.
Did you wear your clothes backwards?
Oh man, the backwards.
I
Yeah.
had the backward starter jersey, baseball jersey, a White Sox one for about a week in the back.
Had to be starter.
And I had the Patrick Ewing shoes and the yeah, basically.
Oh, you were crossed out, man. That's dope.
That was 92? 92
fresh.
you said?
That was 92, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 12, 13 years
Grade
old. Yeah, that
6?
feels about right.
Yeah, probably 11-ish, 11, 12, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the one, and I mean it's wicked cheesy because you got the whole Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that was a Jermaine Dupri project,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he discovered them in a mall, I guess. So
I'm gonna make you famous,
Make you
kid.
and he did, he did,
did.
and they actually had 3 albums out of that. So
Are
Yeah, he
Crisscross still
delivered.
alive?
one's alive,
One-
one is dead.
Yeah.
I have not listened to that full album. Even in '92, I didn't listen to that full album. So I gotta put it on my
I missed
list.
the
I gotta
bus.
put it on my list.
I missed the bus,
Oh, I missed the bus. I forgot about that. So
and that is
yes.
something I'll never ever do again.
I missed the bus.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
And that's their only album.
No, they've got 3 albums. So
Wow.
there's Totally Crossed Out. There's Da Bomb, and Young, Rich, and Dangerous.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yep.
Oh, wow. that went long. 3 albums. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah. Okay. I'll put it on my list for this week. Crisscross, Totally Crossed Out. Completely forgot about that.
It's fun, man. It's still fun.
Okay.
That's my number. That's Dose.
Good one.
Dose. Okay, so number 3. I gave this one some thought, and it's interesting how what you might perceive something as a guilty secret, guilty pleasure, dirty secret,
I got my dirty secret.
is actually something that a lot of people are listening to and may as well be feeling the same
Totally.
way. So this for me was John Mayer, and you pick any album. So I always thought of John Mayer as Your Body's in Wonderland,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I remember when it came out, and I thought that song was stupid. And I knew he played blues guitar and he was good at it.
Yeah.
But I totally wrote him off because I was like, this guy's just a pop whatever. I'm not interested. And it wasn't until I would say about 6 years ago, like when I met Kira, and she's like, John Mayer is good. And I was like, sure. And then what album was it anyway? I think it was Born and Raised. She played me that album, and I was like, this is fantastic. And it became like a regular, like a staple. Like we listened to it all the time. And now that I'm kind of getting back into guitar, all of these guitar guys on YouTube just like worship this guy. And rightfully so. Like, not only is he like a phenomenal blues player, he's a phenomenal guitar player. And he's really done some amazing things as far as like, kind of pushing boundaries as far as genres of music. And even like instruments. And this last album, which is like sob rock, I've got it on vinyl, I've been listening to it, and it's one of those albums where you have to listen to it a lot. But it's really good. There's a lot of subtle, really smart things that he does. And going back to the instrument comment, he wanted to do something with Fender. I mean, obviously, like, he knows his guitars, and
Yep.
he wanted to work with Fender to make something that he thought would fit his style. They never got back to him. So he went to PRS, and he basically made like
Sky,
a
whatever
kick
it's called.
That
ass.
pink, is it that pink?
Yeah.
PRS
And they're
that he
beautiful.
plays?
Yeah, there's a pink and there's like kind of like an
Yeah.
off gray. They're beautiful. It's a trip to look at like a Fender Strat body and a PRS headstock.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just think like on top of traveling in a private jet with a Dumble
yeah.
amplifier on his lap, right?
Yeah.
Like
Going
Just-
Soldanos and Dumbles and $500,000 amp.
right? I mean, it's just like he's an interesting cat, and just one of those people where I think like you don't really give him a shot. And like I think he talks. I've heard an interview with him talking about this, and he was just like, "Yeah, like most people know me from my first record, and like
Yep.
I don't really care." And it's true. I think like more people than you know like John Mayer. So as an artist, not a single or an album, I'm just going to go with an artist here.
I agree with you. And I thought I kind of had the same path with John Mayer, almost the exact same thing when I first listened to his stuff, and I was like, okay, he's like singing about like running through his high school, and it's like, all right, like I'm at this point already in my like probably late 20s, like I'm over this, right? But the thing is the guy's even older than we are, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I listened to Continuum. Continuum was the album that I listened to that. And I was
yeah.
like, okay, like this is decent. And then I read an article or an interview with him in Rolling Stone, and it would basically talked about how like he writes these songs like he knows how to write like the perfect pop song. Like he basically knows how to make a moneymaker, like write a moneymaker is basically what he said, right? So. And once he realized that's what was going to make him the money, that's what he decided to do. And I mean, like, how can you blame him, right? So
Sure.
Yeah,
he
why
does
not?
his blues stuff and he does
Yeah.
his stuff, but at the same time, I don't think it's bad, right? Like we went and saw him. We saw him, and he
Yeah.
was Yeah, we saw him
nice.
in Edmonton. He was. It may have been for that Continuum tour, actually.
Okay.
And better because he goes like off script in the concert, right? So a little bit more guitar playing and a little bit more showcasing his talent. And the guy's obviously a great guitar player. And I kind of first heard about him too, like through Chappelle's show. That was where I kind of first saw John Mayer too, right? And I was like, okay, well, Dave Chappelle's hanging out with him, like, that's cool. But anyways, I have been listening to Sob Rock too. I don't have it on vinyl, but I have been listening to that. There's something about that first track that like it's got like a Toto Africa vibe to it, and that whole like kind of it just and it's catchy.
Yeah.
It's catchy. It's a great track, and it's got the female vocal at the end, and it's like it's good. It's good. But I think you're right. I think more people are listening to John Mayer than we probably think. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, like, he's a little bit more out there. I mean, with Dead and Company, he's kind of like, again, like grabbed another segment, another, let's say, fan base.
Yeah.
But, I think it works too. Like jam band, blues, rock.
Yeah.
What a soft rock. I don't know
Whatever
what
it
you
is.
call
But
it.
yeah, no, I mean, I saw him at that Crossroads festival too, right? And like, unbelievable.
Oh,
It was a
yeah.
great performance in that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's maybe one of the best one that
phenomenal.
shows his talent. I think he was like with the John Mayer trio or something like that. It was just blues trio.
Could be, yeah.
But yeah, great guitar player. I think and going across those genres, right? Playing that kind of stuff, but also being able to make a pop song and a hit. And he's what, 42, 43?
40, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He's always been kind of like a Joe Bonamassa kind of a guy for me, where I don't care about any of his albums, but if I see him on a live, like one of his live streams or live shows or whatever, it's entertaining. So, but I mean, other than Bodies of Wonderland, I could not name one song, but but I try and catch him on some of his socials, and he's a pretty funny cat. He does some pretty cool
hilarious
videos and stuff. He seems pretty rad, but yeah, musically, I does nothing for me. He's not bad, but it either grabs you or it doesn't. So
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Would you
Dirty
drive down the
secret.
main street in your town, listen to John Mayer crank down the window?
Oh, I'll one up you on that.
Do it.
In the summer, we'd sit out in the back. Obviously, the little guy would be in bed, but we'd sit out in the backyard and have a fire going, and relax a bit. This would be on a Friday or a Saturday night, and the neighbors are out on their decks too, and you put on some music so you don't hear their talk, but if you listen, you can hear them talk. And we spent the entire evening discussing John Mayer. Like, not only like, I guess it wasn't down Main Street, but it was like not cranked, but like it was like noticeable. Like we were playing a variety of albums from John Mayer and discussing like you name it, and it was a serious discussion. So
who's the music nerds over the fence?
The nerd turds listening to John
That's
Mayer.
awesome.
Yeah. But again, like you don't like, it's crazy. Like these guitar guys that I follow on YouTube, like they'll reference him and they'll be like, oh man, like how do we get that tone? How do we get that Mayer? If you want that Mayer tone, you got to do this.
Yeah.
You got to do that and that. And it's, they study him.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how pervasive his.
You need $1 million worth of gear, amps
Right.
that you can't even really buy.
No, but and then I've seen a YouTube video of him. He was at a pool party or something like that, and he just grabbed some kid's Ibanez.
Yep.
And it sounded like John Mayer. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really subscribe to like Tone is in the Fingers, but he definitely has like a style that is, noticeable.
Yep.
Not noticeable,
It
recognizable.
was like we talked about in Stevie Ray Vaughan episode 2, same kind of thing, right? It's, if he picks up any kind of guitar, I think it's still going to sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan, right? It's just in him.
Tone is in the fingers.
In him.
Yeah. And $1 million worth of equipment.
That too.
That's
Yeah.
almost like an investment though in your sound, right? Like if you invest that $1 million and then you be like,
fuck
okay, well
yeah.
it's the Mike T sound, right? It's what have I got? Like I invested $1 million worth of gear, but everybody wants to know and everybody wants to be it, you know? So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool at the same time. It's an investment in your trademark.
Just an add-on to that, which I think is so silly, and I always wonder about this. Like, so Mayer, like, he uses these really expensive amplifiers, but I just watched an interview with Josh Holme, and he talks about using a PV front stage or whatever.
Yeah,
Those little boxes with an 8-inch speaker.
Yeah.
Everyone had one. It was like your first guitar amp,
Like a Bandit
and that
or
was.
whatever.
Yeah, that's
There's
what he
a
used for
112
songs for
Bandit,
the
yeah.
deaf. And then you see, like, you read about bands like creating pedals to capture that sound. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, you guys. So I wonder if he, how much does he actually use that Dumble? How much of it is just a Fender Twin reverb or like,
It's a little different though. I mean, if you're gonna drop $500,000 on an amp, you're gonna use it.
I guess so.
Does he tour with that? Like,
Or
does
you
he,
just
does, that,
punk-
does he bring that on stage?
That's the one he brings with him on his lap on a private airplane.
Yep.
So yeah. And there's footage of it like conking out on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's
crazy,
just
right?
nuts. I'll stick with my Fortin stuff and my plugins, and it's good enough. Although I'm also not playing in front of 1,000 people every night. So
Yeah.
John Mayer, good one. There we go.
John Mayer.
Gone around, back around. I'm gonna go here.
Back
oh,
around.
you know what? Here, I'm gonna add another one. I'm sorry, I gotta back this up. I'm gonna add another thing to the guilty pleasure, and it's gonna be genre. I'm gonna throw in genre for on the board.
Nice.
Oh man.
More specifically, I'm gonna go with '90s country. Yeah, man. I can listen to that. I can listen to the Chattahoochees and the Boot Scoot and Boogies, and I can listen to that stuff,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I can listen to all that old.
Achy breaky.
No,
heart.
no, that's too old. That's too old. Like I'm talking like Alan Jackson.
Cutting out
Give me
Joe.
the Dwight Yoakam. Give me the. I can take the Garth Brooks. You can leave out. I never really liked Garth Brooks. Brooks and Dunn. Give me.
Fucking
I'll take
balls.
that. Like all that stuff. I don't know, and it's mostly probably because there was a lot of drinking done to that kind of music back in the day, right? Like, and it was just like on at a lot of times when we were at parties, and I don't know what it is, but it just kind of stuck with me. Plus, like Nicole's folks listen to old like '90s country too, so like when I go over there, they'd be cranking like Reba. So I just be listening.
Alberta.
I'm not gonna say it nothing, right? So you listen to Brooks and Dunn and John Michael Montgomery and
Turn that shit
Yeah.
off.
like you listen to it and then you kind of grow to like it and you're like, all right, this isn't bad, listen to some George Strait and all those cats, like I'm all right with it.
It's actually bad.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
It's actually
See,
bad.
this is the guilty pleasure. This is where this comes in.
Yeah.
Right.
Dirty secrets.
Yeah.
And we're in the trust tree, man. We're sharing our
It's all about the trust
dirty
tree.
secrets.
It's all about the trust tree.
You can't knock it. '90s country.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's good.
I can listen to that. If I was
I'm with
listening to
you.
any country, obviously I would probably listen to like outlaw country, and then I'd go to probably '90s country next. That's if I had to like go and listen to it. I can't listen to now. I can't find somebody that I like. So I'm going with what I know. So throwing on some '90s country. When I'll go golfing, I'll just throw on like a '90s country like playlist, and I'll throw it on there. Just fucking, I'll play golf to that.
Same cow dung, different pile. Yeah.
So there you go.
who is the Canadian guy who He did
Oh
Convoy.
yeah, Paul Brandt. Paul Brandt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Brandt.
Yeah, but even like Corb Lund too, right? Like all those, yeah. And then even
Corby.
listen to Ian Tyson
Yeah.
because of Corb Lund. I didn't really listen to much of that before too. So I like that kind of stuff. Like I said, that would be my go-to if I'm going to country. That's where I'm going. But love me some nice country too, man. I'm okay with it. It can be played in my house. And it gets the kids up too. Right? Like, I don't know what it is. That 90s country gets them up, putting on the Dwight Yoakam and cranking it in the house. I got a couple of those on vinyl, too, so they're good. They're good.
Oh, wow.
A couple good finds.
Inside the pocket of a clown.
Just,
Do
it's funny, though. Everybody I've talked to who has seen Dwight Yoakam, and it's probably like 3 people I've talked to, have said that is the worst concert they've ever been to is Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
So, and I'm like, oh, really? Oh, no. And they talked, oh, really? Oh, that's too bad. I don't want to hear that because I've never seen him. I was going to go see him at the St. Albert Rainmaker Rodeo. That's where I was going to go see him, and it fell through. Something happened, but maybe I shouldn't have. It's a good thing I didn't. But anyways, 90s country, gentlemen, there you go. That's my next one. Snap it around. Keep going.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to 1984. The album is Street Talk. There's only one song on there that's working or that's worked for me, and it is "Well, it Should Have Been Gone." Steve Perry. Oh, Sherry.
Oh, Sherry.
Oh, Sherry. Yeah, Steve Perry from Journey.
Yeah. Sorry, your double mic
Yeah.
made it hard to hear the song you were singing. I couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, I was like,
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, no.
Journey. Okay.
Yeah, so this isn't a Journey song or a Journey album, but this is the lead singer from Journey, and this is off of his first solo album called Street Talk.
Got you.
Yeah,
Is
Gotcha.
the album any good?
no, just the one song.
Yeah.
His vocals are great on every song, just not every song is good. So
Yeah. It feels
Fair
like that
enough.
song
But
was
yeah,
in a
I
movie
can't,
too. Feels like that was like in an 80s movie.
Basketball.
Oh, most definitely.
Basketball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Steve
Was it in
Perry.
basketball?
Hey man, no Journey psychos.
Yeah, that's one of the psychouts that they use in basketball. Steve
Perry.
Perry is one of them.
Oh my God, I'm just making that connection now.
Well, it should have been gone.
Basketball. What a horrible hunk of
I
garbage.
love
Oh,
that
that's so
movie.
good.
I know, but like, it
Yeah.
definitely doesn't stand up.
It's so good.
When you compare those guys, those like the only 2 movies that they did were that movie and the Team America and Out. Like those are 2 pretty solid offerings. Like
Oh man.
No, they did
Okay.
Orgasmo. That
First-
was a
or
brilliant
Orgasmo,
one.
yeah.
And
So
they
good.
won a Tony for the Church
Oh
of
yeah.
Mormon.
Well, yeah, but that's not a movie. Like I'm just talking like movies wise, right? But yeah, Orgasmo. I forgot about Orgasmo, of course.
and then South Park that has not
Yeah, I know
stopped.
that's crazy. Hey,
They're still making South Park.
As far as I know, up until the last couple of years,
I think they
anyway.
are, yeah.
Like pumping
Oh my
out a
God.
new one that's like they bust through those one a week, and it's always on topic for what happens that week. Like it's unreal.
Hey, Kanye, you like fish sticks? That was probably one of my favorites. I like the fish sticks. What you talking about? I'm a genius.
Yeah. So Journey, basketball,
Steve
Okay.
Perry.
So before we started recording, we talked about the Dick Clark rockin' New Year's Eve. They had Journey on last night.
Did they?
The lead singer looked like he was 19 years old, but he sounded exactly like
So they don't have Steve Perry.
No, yeah, they've got
someone
like
else?
it's like a. I don't know who it is.
Oh, like the Queen with Adam
yeah, kind of that
Lambert,
kind of thing.
Blah blah. Oh, come on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're all like busted, old looking,
Yeah.
and then there's this like young dude,
Yep.
and we were just like, "This is not the lead singer from Journey."
It is now.
exactly.
It
But
is
if you
now.
close your eyes,
Got him on the Rockin' New Year's. Got him on the Rockin' New Year's.
Just closer.
Yeah.
that was like my dad. My dad went to see this AC/DC tribute band, High Voltage.
Tribute.
And he's like, they're so good. They were
Nice.
so good. He's like, if you close your eyes, you thought it was AC/DC. And I'm like, well,
That's
that's
awesome.
not really what you're supposed to do when you go to a concert, but sure. That's called listening to the CD.
It's close
That's
enough.
what that is.
It's close enough. It's pretty cool when they can pull it off, though. When you get a really good tribute band.
I think you got to be a good to be a tribute band, right? Like either you're good or nobody wants to hire you or see you, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why there's only one good tribute band pretty well for every band
Yeah.
that comes out as a tribute band. It's like you could have 10 tribute bands, but only one of them's gonna be any
Yeah,
good.
and we've all seen those bad tribute bands too, right?
Yeah. Saw it probably a good 10 years, almost 10 years back, maybe 8. There was a Aussie tribute band that came through. And the drummer was awesome, and the guitar player was awesome, and the singer was complete shite. And he tried so hard to look like Ozzy, but he just couldn't sing
What
like
are they
him.
called?
It was awful.
Oh,
remember,
too
but it
bad.
was
Those are the
awful.
best. The names of the bands are the best part.
It was so bad.
Black sandwich.
If that's not a Black Sabbath tribute band, it should be, or an Aussie tribute band name. Copyright, trademark that right now.
Right now. We'll start it.
Yeah, no doubt. Nice, Dane. Back to you. Yeah, yes.
Okay, I could go genre,
You can-
or I could go.
it's wide open.
Band.
Whatever you
even
want, Google
song.
it. What are you Googling now?
Oh no, I prepared.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, the genre is pretty terrible. The band is also. Some people would be. I mean, when I first. Okay, so I'll just do the band. Rascal Flatts.
Oh, okay.
Circling back to country. This isn't even like bro country. This is like poppy serenade. This is shit you dance to at a wedding country.
Oh.
Like a song is called What Hurts the Most. It's just like beautiful. It's really well done. And I think that's the thing about country. I mean, it's cheesy. Subject matter is questionable. Usually it's like, you know, but these guys like, it's just good. It's good songwriting. It's overly polished for sure. But like, and I don't even really like when I first heard Rascal Flatts, again, this is something I sort of came into later on in life. I was like, this guy doesn't even sound like country. But like,
Is it country or is it like bluegrass, like a poppy bluegrass?
no, it's like,
I don't know
like
any
the-
songs. I know the name, but I don't know songs.
they're like the Backstreet Boys of country.
Wow.
It's like, how can I explain this? Just like the only thing that really makes a country is sometimes you hear a banjo. It's like, is that a banjo? But besides that, it's like poppy adult.
Okay, they
contemporary.
redid the
back. All right.
Tom Cochrane "Life Is a Highway." Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a great
It's
cover.
better than the
Yeah.
original. It is better than the original, but that's
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
What? Come on.
Tom Cock was a great songwriter.
so
but-
good, man. Tony Cochran.
Lunatic Red.
So good, man.
That's his best song.
No,
Lunatic Fringe is the
sometimes
best song
at
he's
night
part of.
Sometimes at night I can hear the ass crack. Sounds like thunder and rips through my back. Oh wait, that's ice crack.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's the song.
Yeah.
That's the only song I know by Rascal Flatts, only because the kids watch Cars. So I hear that song. Yeah.
Oh, Life is a Highway.
And so I heard it, and I'm like, who's
Yeah.
doing this? Like, this is pretty, like you said, polished and like very lots of overdubs and lots of stuff going on there. So like, I looked it up, and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I didn't know. I thought it was Rascal Flatts was like one dude originally when I heard that name. I thought it was like a guy named
Yeah, it's
Rascal
weird.
Flatts. Anyways, it's a band though, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
they're a
super
band.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a band. He even does like he's got like a reality show and it's just it's awesome. But I mean, when I first heard, I remember growing up and like from time to time I would hear Rascal Flatts. I'm like, I don't fucking care. But I always thought they were like outlaw because it kind of like Rascal Flatts are just like tumbleweeds and that shit must be like
Tumble and rough.
good old boy country. It's like not
Yeah.
that.
What else do they do
It's
that
soft.
that I would know?
Oh man,
Well, like
that
what's
you would
their
know?
big hit? Is that their big hit? Life is a Highway?
No, what hurts the most is probably
Oh, that is their
biggest
biggest
hit,
hit.
their own
Okay.
song.
All right.
yeah, I think so. What's the one? Da-da-da-da. I won't let go. I don't know. There's a lot of like wedding songs. Like for sure, if you've been to a
You've
wedding,
heard
you dance to Rascal Flatts.
Love wedding songs.
It's good. I don't know. It's,
Hey man, we picked the
It's nice when
the
something-
playlist for our wedding, so that's and then had a DJ press play on it. These are the songs you will not play at this wedding.
there was a
Oh
blacklist.
no, we
There was,
made
like,
the playlist.
We will unplug
made
your
the
shit.
playlist. Yeah, we didn't even
Oh, okay.
chance that.
Right.
Yeah,
Fair
sorry.
enough.
There's
Fair
no
enough.
old time rock and roll Bob Seger getting played here, so
Oh, come on.
sorry. No Grease medley,
Oh man.
you know.
But just sort of putting a bow on this, I think it's really nice that, something that you've been trained to hate. kind of just like catches your ear and you're like, that's not bad. Who is this? It's nice. It's nice when you get sort of taken outside of your lane for a second.
Trained to hate is a great way to put that because that's exactly what it is, right? Because you feel like you're out of your comfort zone and out of your lane, and you're like, "Whoa!" Like somebody told me I shouldn't like this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Right?
Feels like a dirty pleasure.
Yeah, yeah.
A dirty secret.
It's a
Dirty.
dirty secret.
Nice. Rascal Flatts. Okay, that's what hurts the most. Well, if that's their. Nice. I'm putting that down.
What hurts the most is listening to Rascal Flatts.
It's
It is
subjective.
subjective. It is. Do we want to snap it around one more time, or what do you guys think?
I've got two left.
Okay. I
I've
got
got
one.
one.
So
Let's- Let's do one each and
you can double up there. Give us your two, please. That would be fantastic.
okay. The second one will be a quick hit.
Okay.
so.
I don't know. Maybe this isn't a guilty pleasure for you guys, but I still listen to 50 Cent.
I still guilty pleasure. He's
Okay,
brilliant.
all right. Well, I still listen to 50 Cent,
He's
man. I still
brilliant,
listen
man.
to Get Rich or Die Trying like at least once a month.
You have to go. You have to stay away from the hits and go into all his deeper stuff and his mixtapes. If you get into his mixtapes, man.
Oh yeah, no, I listened.
brilliant.
I
All of
listened
it.
to all that
So good.
stuff. I come
Power of
back
the
to
Dollar
like
and
Before I Self-Destruct. I listened to that. I listened to all those albums, like even the ones afterwards. I still listen to that stuff, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's like cool to listen to 50 Cent anymore, but like I got a couple on vinyl. Like I've got, like it's still good. I still listen to it. It's 2004, and it makes me feel like I'm 25 again. I don't know what it is. Like just kind of takes me back, and
Never let it
I
go,
still,
man.
I don't know. I still
Never
listen to
let
that
it
on a regular basis.
Never let it go.
Get Rich or Die Trying for sure, and the other albums probably at least like every 3 months I'll go back and just listen to some more 50 Cent. Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Throw it on. So, like I said, I wasn't sure when I wrote it down. I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna think this is crazy or not, but.
Man, go into his mixtapes, man. It's all good.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know what it is. I like the beat behind it, but we've talked about mumble rapping and stuff like that, but
This is not mumble rap, though. That's the thing.
It's different. I don't know. I still like it. What Dane, what do you think of 50 Cent? What are your thoughts?
I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying, I don't think I really moved much further than that. But that one was a solid offering.
I'm gonna send you guys a playlist that's on
All right.
Spotify, and you have to listen to every song on it and then report back on the 50 cents because it is so good.
So these mixtapes, this is like pre or post Shot 9 Times.
There's some both.
Okay.
Yep,
He's really
there's some-
different.
Well, there's some too. I mean, his really early stuff sounds very, very Jay-Z influenced. And then it's really weird too, listening to the stuff that he put out prior to nine times. And you can tell he's got a little bit of a slur kind of to his voice afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
When
pretty
they shot
cool.
him in the tooth.
Oh, it's good, man. It's so good. Yeah, the guy was a professional leg shooter. He shot him like 6 times into the leg, and once in the arm, and once in the chest, and once in the face.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still good. That album still holds up for me, and I don't know. It just it's just still good. Still good. I like all the guest appearances on it. I still crank it when I can in my house. Like that's the thing. Like I have it on vinyl, but when nobody's home, that's when I get to put it on, which is very rare. So
yeah. Well, even
Nice.
even the
That is
GM
a guilty
stuff, I mean,
pleasure.
if you start digging into Tony Ayo's lines, or if you start getting into Lloyd Banks.
I listen to. Yeah.
Lloyd Banks is ridiculous. Wordsmith wise, his bars are unreal. So
It's good, yeah, and 50's fun to rap along with too, right? Like that's the other thing. Like he's a little bit slower, so I feel like I can catch on and like you know what I mean. You can kind of some of those guys do go too fast and you don't know what they're saying. Even like we're talking about Zach De La Roca. Some of that's I can't follow what he's saying, right? Like, yeah, you got to read the lyrics, and then even when you read the lyrics, you're like, what is he even talking about? Like
you say I'm talking too fast. I think you're listening too slow.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's the age catching up with me, but it's good because I can still, like you were talking about Crisscross, I can still jump in there with some 50 lyrics and still do that on some karaoke.
Yep, there's so much gold in there, man. So much gold.
Yeah. So 50 Cent. Gotta love it.
Nice.
Whoa.
Okay, well, my last ones here are not as cool as 50 Cent.
Okay.
And
I'm glad that it's cool because I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was cool.
fucking love 50 Cent forever, man. So I'm going to go back to 1984. The album is called Make It Big. The song is Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham!
Wham.
Wham! Because they got the exclamation mark and it's all capitals, so it's wham!
It's like bubble font too, isn't it? It's like
Just big and capitals
Funky.
and exclamation and just wham. So, yeah.
Shoot, man.
Jitterbug.
Nice pick.
Jitterbug.
Nice pick. I kind of forgot about them, but
Yeah. It's the only song I can listen to them out of all their catalog.
I got a
the
confession and a statement to kind of go along with that because and an amendment because I'd like to add George Michael to my guilty playlist, my guilty pleasure playlist as well too, man. Because there's a few songs that he's got that I don't know what it is, but I still listen to him. Like, definitely, he's on my list. And my question to go along with that is, whatever happened to the other guy in Wham? Who is that guy?
No idea.
Did he? Yeah, is
No
he like
idea.
some big record exec that I don't know about, or like he went on to
No idea.
front some band that I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like
I'll have to
it's a
Wikipedia
music
that one.
question.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but George Michael did pretty good.
Yeah, he did okay for himself.
Did all right,
Well, it's
yeah.
funny too. The I guess the big reason why that song has sort of stuck with me off and on for this long is when I was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. My folks got me one of those little Casio little keyboard organ digital things, and it had a preset song in it that you could play to, and it was "Wake Me Up Before You Go," like the MIDI version of in this little Casio. So playing that over and over and over again, it just stuck.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah. Wow, that's a good pick. I got that on vinyl too. I got that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've got that on there. It's so funny though that like you can tell that flimsy vinyl, hey, like that. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
it's like I could just break it before I even put it on to the platter. It's crazy, but it's one of those. So the quality is not the best, right? Like it's just kind of scratchy and
Yeah.
junky. But
Yeah.
I got one of those at the garage sale for like 25 cents. So wham,
Wham!
That, just a side note on that type of like material, or let's just say lack thereof,
Yep.
like the real thin pressings, in Mexico they created their own genre of cumbia called cumbia negro, which means like dark cumbia, obviously. But because when it was hot out, the records would expand and it would play slower.
Cool.
And so it's like this sort of like dark cumbia, which is really
Cool.
interesting.
That is cool.
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
50 cent. It's the slower.
little
It's
accidents.
maybe that's what that is. Some dark cumbia, 50 cent.
What? Go shorty. It's your birthday. Go shorty.
That's pretty good. What's your second?
My second one is from 1995. Album is Tragic Kingdom.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my little quick pick for the end here.
That was 95?
that
I
was
guess so, hey?
95, yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'd never really got into ska very much. I mean, there was, Real Big Fish and stuff like that was kind of cool, but
Who were in basketball.
exactly.
There you go.
The
House band
massive,
of Faith
yeah.
Baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I didn't really dig into ska. But I mean, when they came out, it hit pretty hard, and it was a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
Gwen was fucking awesome, and yeah, so
They were an interesting band at that time too, right? Because I don't think that anything,
Yeah.
they were totally different.
Yeah.
So yeah, they stood out, especially in '95 too. Again, after kind of all that, everything in '94 happened, right? We talked about this before, and then that's kind of sliding in at the
Many
right time,
times,
right? So yeah,
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, ska rock has been around. The genre of has been around for forever, and I mean, looking at No Doubt, they sound like all the other bands, but it was Gwen Stefani that pushed everything into the next level and made you notice. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a crossover album.
like without her, I don't think No Doubt would have been anything. So.
no,
But good songs, fun songs. You throw on spider webs and yeah.
I'm not home right now. Check me out. How did I
I'm
go
walking
again?
in the
I'm
spider webs.
Dun, dun.
Leave a message and I'll call
So
you
then I'll
back.
call you back.
Well, there's a bunch of hits on that album though. Like,
Look at the
Yeah,
stone.
there's a lot of good
Yeah.
tracks on there. So
Yeah.
interesting. And it's funny how the '90s did that. Hey, like they brought up that ska genre and brought it to like the forefront, and then we had that whole swing thing where it was all
yeah. Big
Bad Voodoo
yeah.
Daddy,
and
yeah,
Cherry
all
Poppin'
those guys,
Daddies
right?
and-
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Setzer Orchestra and
Big Bad Voodoo Daddies was
yeah,
awesome.
like it was just an interesting time, right?
So
Because you just
good.
had like all the swing dancing and like swingers and all that stuff kind of based off that. It was just a funny time where
Yep.
you'd
Yep.
have that, right? Because you
Right.
think of something like that happening now, and it seems comical, to have like
Yeah.
swing music come back. Like, okay, it's weird. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny decade that way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Grunge left such
Yeah.
a void. I mean,
yeah, like it's amongst all that,
not to take anything away. Yeah.
amongst a whole bunch of other like
Well, you
very
look at
big
the
pop,
Vans
too.
Warp Tour right after that, and that's what pushed everything. That's it brought all this different variety of bands. Is once grunge kind of died, and the whole pop punk thing hit. You look at Vans Warp Tour, and everybody that was on there kind of blew up.
Yeah, it was like the schism.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Dan, you get the last word.
Okay. Hopefully it's worth it, but
Yeah, it'll be
Well,
no pressure.
and this is truly, I guess it's hard to sort of like understand the I guess the negative connotations towards this genre of music like being here, because it's actually something that was born in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And there's a certain crowd that is like, I think, do or die, gabber. And then there's those that had like older brothers and sisters that were into this type of music, and they're like, I think they're a little brain dead right now. So so what gabber is, it's I'm on the Google Arts and Culture webpage right now, and it's actually a pretty good write-up. Gabber or gabber was the first truly Dutch style of electronic music in the Netherlands in the 90s. Gabber wasn't just a subgenre of hardcore techno. It was one of the country's most significant youth culture movements. And it's crazy because I think what it is it's an assault on the ears. And I kind of like gravitate towards things like that. Like I like things like aggressive music, dark music, and that's what this is.
Cool.
It's at a time when like techno, like it wasn't even really like splayed into EDM and all of the genres and whatever. It was more or less techno, and you had your rhythm is a dancer,
Yep. But the Prodigy
But this,
and
right. And I think heading towards
Underworld.
that, I think Prodigy was there was a lot of sort of jungle, real fast kind of
Totally,
beats,
yeah.
elements of all sorts of stuff, funk and whatever that was kind of spliced into that. But this type of music is like none other. It's like something you've never heard of before. And I'm trying to remember the name of the producer. We did, I think it was a Soundgarden episode, and the guy who produced that album, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he would take breaks and listen to this stuff because it's just like, it's something completely different than what anyone was doing. And there's also like, not only is there like this style of music, but there's like a dance, like a particular type of dance that goes with it. And even like facial expressions, like it's so bizarre because they were all doing ecstasy and stuff like that. And so you would make like funny faces and like like hit your head and do quick, like when you look at early Prodigy music and they do that quick sort of footwork,
Yep.
it's the same kind of thing.
Well, that's where they got it from, man. I mean, when Prodigy was coming up, they were raver kids,
Yeah.
and then that kind of evolved into that. So I mean, I can see where that comes from.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I think like, so the UK there was a lot of house, and house was, I think, one of the first sort of commercial breakthroughs for techno, but Gabber, like, you don't know it, and you've probably never heard it until you actually like go there. And it's sort of it's there's a resurgence right now. So there's people who are like bringing it back, and it's just like the whole thing seems so bizarre, but at the same time, like it's so badass. Like it's like anyway, a completely unique sound, and they would have these dance festivals or whatever you want to call them on Christmas every year, Christmas, and it'd be called Thunderdome.
Cool.
And so instead of spending Christmas with your family, you would go to Thunderdome and listen to this just like hyper aggressive, really fast hardcore techno and do all sorts of stuff to make your mama cry.
So what's a group that like would be like the quintessential?
There's no one you would know. I'm looking right now.
No. I don't
but-
think I know it. I just want to know so I can check it out.
The Satan, I think, is like one of the groups that are still around.
Oh, so this is back in the around 95-ish, there was a compilation series called Happy Hardcore.
Right.
And I used to listen to that like mad, but I didn't know that it was that genre, the gabber.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Happy Hardcore was almost like a reaction to it.
Okay.
Like if you listen to Happy Hardcore and then if you listen to actual like Dutch hardcore techno, there's a huge difference. I mean, like the tempo and you know the tempo was probably the only thing, and the beats relatively the same, but like a stark difference. Like one is very, very, very dark, and one is like happy hardcore. And it's funny, like they go crazy for both. Like I've been to it's like Canada Day, but it's like Queen's Day or King's Day, depending on who's got the crown. And they just party in the streets. And if Happy Hardcore comes on, it's just someone is dancing next to you, spilling their beer all over you, and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But the Gabber it's more like underground, just like real brutal, just different stuff.
Wicked.
It's definitely not for everybody. So yeah, from time to time I'll put it on and just turn it up really loud. And then just look out the window and make sure no one's walking past the house.
I'm excited to dig into this, man.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Wicked. Got it lined up for right after the show. So
Yeah, check out some YouTube like videos of like Gabber dancers. Like it's great. It's really something. And I had a friend who actually was pretty good at it. Have a friend. And it's funny. I'm just like, you were one of those people back in the day. Like, don't even deny it. That's it. That's it. That's all.
awesome.
It was worth it. It was a good finish.
All right. We want you guys to subscribe, share, and review this podcast. Keep it going. Keep it strong, because we're having a great time entertaining you guys with B-Sides and Beers podcast.